Yo, Afro Mizizi to the core. Um, yeah. We are continuing with the conversation we had last time about education. Yeah, I think the second part probably. So we are looking at. Oh, actually, what we will a brief summary will be like what we'll be looking. We'll try to be looking at will be also the systems that actually like have worked or are making sense in the world as compared to this 844, this curriculum that we have. And again, still remember the answers that we are looking for are always rooted. So we are also going to make references to the past, to the culture, and see where and when we did go wrong and where the rain started beating us. Yeah, so I think that's that.
Is it the rain that's beating us or the nails? I think we are having the nails raining.
Yeah,
Like our fucking nails.
yeah. I think it's nails
Yeah, and the screws.
and what are they called? Those? Yeah, I think the screws make more sense and the bolts.
Fucking
What is that? I'm missing out the name. What is it called? Is it imagery? Okay, I don't know. But I like what you did. That was some very
So now,
ridiculous.
if you little maybe ask yourself, the question is, what is the result of education system or education generally? As we say, the key to success is education. What are the results as of now?
Yeah, do we have the success stories that are from the education, or is it more of a failure?
Yeah. Now, if you think about it, like you would take, for example, an educated person and compare them
Yeah.
with an African of the same age before the Europeans arrived here in Africa, or they influenced the way all our culture.
Yeah.
And then you would like say, okay, by the time you are 27, you're done with your education. Who are you then? And who are you in our African culture? We look at the two people, and then we can compare notes and see what are we gaining or are we losing.
Yeah, it's a minus thing.
In my opinion, I would go for the latter.
Def.
It's a losing game, because if you think about it, from the time you go to school, or those, how many years is it?
8 plus 4 plus, so bruh,
It will be like
16
years plus 2. That's like 18 years.
Yeah,
It's the whole
it's a whole
fucking
child, man. A person,
adult.
not even, yeah, it's not a child, it's a
Yeah.
person.
Those years, and the money that is spent into that. I mean, like all the resources.
Yeah,
You sell your cows to take a fucking cow to school.
Sengenge ni ng'ombe. Remind me of very dark times.
So like when you think about it, like every time someone is saying I'm educated, what do they have to show for it? A piece of paper
Yes, a piece of paper.
that says I have a degree or a diploma or a master's.
Yeah. And remember, chances are even this paper is not reflecting the real, what is it called? It's not reflecting the real thing on the ground. Like the person probably never even went to some of those classes, was just chilling. So they just went to pass the exam.
My question is, what the fuck is that you're learning?
Yeah.
What is it? Like, if you call yourself an architect, for 18 years you've been learning how to draw a house.
Wow. Yeah, that's dark.
You cannot like even build one. you can't do nothing. Just you know how to do dimensions. Because like the first 14 years, is it not 14? Yeah, it's 12 years. It's all wasted on finding X.
The mirage.
Then you specialize for 4 years, and then when you are specializing, you're not even deep into it. There's no practical. There's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just theories that were done in 1800s by some white people who are somewhere. Then they discovered an EP4.
Yeah.
Things like those.
Crazy, man. Now I have to learn the apple falling and all the laws that came from the apple falling.
So again,
Madness.
what you're doing is we the whole system, we are funding stupidity.
Yes.
Or are we funding anything else?
Are we funding creativity?
No, we're not. So actually in our first pod we say, and we looked at the child when they are leaving high school, they are more stupid
than when they actually entered. Actually, I think the graph was when the kid is born, and actually I remembered another video I saw. When a kid is born, because there's not so much things he's doing, his creative senses are tingling, so they are like, we are waiting for this thing to come. And I saw another video the other day, and some people might see it as being weird, but me, I saw it as like, it really showed the creativity of a kid. I saw the video was like a small toddler, and if you remember, or if you ever had a kid sister or a baby around you, whenever you leave them at the bed, one day you'll wake up and find them, they have found you now in the sitting room, and you don't know how they did it. So someone, I think, had put a camera there. Now this kid can't talk, can't do anything, so he's trying to leap down, and he's like, this place is too far, man. Man, if I leap more, nitagonga chini. This is a kid who's not talking. So what does he do? He sees some pillows. They are big pillows. Like, okay. Drops one, drops the second one, drops the third one. Same spot. And now he has a place to step on. And step on the floor. And now officially wake up. And I was like, if this kid has solved a solution he can't talk, he can't do anything, but he has solved a solution. He has solved a problem that he sees. Probably won't do that every day, but for a minute, every other thing didn't make sense, but this thing made sense. And I think that's where the conversation about creativity comes in. From when the kid is born to up until he goes to, what is it called, preparatory, whatever they call that thing.
Yeah.
They're the most creative. You find people have the most ridiculous stories about kids, but me, I look at them and I always find them to be creative as fudge, because you can't believe a small human being can be doing some things off his head, and you can't even understand what he's talking, or all you understand is when he cries, he has to be given something so that he stops crying. That's, I think, the only logic part where we understand. But these other things that he does, or when he's playing with his things or his toys, we have never really comprehended. So from the point where he's born to up until he goes to school, he's the most creative. He's the most creative, in fact.
Again, like when you say that,
Yeah.
I am looking at a toddler who is probably 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years,
Yes.
being locked in a cage,
Yeah.
like a fucking dog. You know those baby cots?
Yeah.
Have you seen them? The way they cage it like.
Yeah, it looks like it's like a mini prison.
Like that's what we call modern.
That's a cell, yeah.
And then
That's
you put a
modernism.
fucking kid
Inside.
inside there.
Yeah.
And then you can be like, mom, like you're out there, and then they're in there.
Yeah. So it's like
Daddy.
you are in. The kid is in remand.
And then when they cry, just lift them, and then you check if they have poop or shit,
Yeah.
and then
Return them
you return
to the cage.
The cage. What's
Yeah.
the difference between that and a dog?
Yeah, it's funny. There's no difference.
Dog and a kennel. No, you.
It's the same setting.
can that kid be creative inside that cage?
No. Even if you put the toys and all the things that, no, you can't.
If you think about the toys, are toys making the kid creative, or are they making them
Dumb.
dumb? Because it's a distraction.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a capitalism kind of thing.
Because you see, like, the kid wants something,
Mm.
but now you put something to their eyes, so that they change to now focusing on something else.
Yeah.
So you are so busy, and it's kind of very crazy. Like, think about it.
Mm.
Creativity is what develops a society. It's what brings up the solutions.
Yes.
It's nothing else. It's
Mm.
not like if you're bright or you're dumb. It's being creative.
Being creative, yeah.
Being able to find a solution to some problem that you're facing. Like
Mm.
you're saying about that kid who deserves a Grammy award
Absolute, man.
or an
Or an Oscar.
or for saving himself from falling.
Yeah.
Right?
It was like, I can't stay in the bed for this long, man. I'm tired, man. And it's like the noise I'm making is not reaching the party, so I gotta do it myself. The same way you have to do it yourself when you're trying to solve a problem that you have seen in the present society.
So education generally kills all that. For how many years? 12 years. Fast. 12 compulsory years of being told, shut the fuck up.
Mm.
You don't know nothing. I know everything. That is the teacher. The teacher saying, I know everything. You know
don't.
fucking nothing.
Yeah.
You cannot create. You cannot. There is right and there is wrong. If you try to think outside there,
There's no insight there.
you are like chased from the school.
Bro, you are a mad person, in fact.
Yeah.
They see you like you should be like in a mental asylum or something.
Yeah. And do you know that the biggest billionaires dropped from high school?
Absolutely.
The creatives, they just
They're
can't
like,
deal with that shit.
exactly. And examples are there. We don't have to really have even Elon Musk, who's one of the biggest
Yeah.
billionaires. He dropped out of school.
So exactly that's what he's saying. The whole education system
He was a fast man.
is not taking us to the promised land or to the promised house.
Yeah.
Because it's the key.
Yeah, the key, exactly. Because he can't open a land. Absolutely.
And it's killing our mind from day one.
Mm.
Now you become some imbecile.
A vegetable, yeah.
From the first day you step
Inside the
school
institution.
with fucking uniform, depicting that you are all the same.
Yeah.
Well, you are not.
You're not.
All of you are the same. You should have the same sweater,
Equality.
the same whatever shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know it from within.
Deep
I'm not
inside.
like that. Let me know what you thought.
That is bad, but anyways. We move on.
But I think even retarded people have something.
Have standards, man.
They have something to add into the society.
I think we had this conversation some time back where we were thinking, you know where I'm heading. So we're really asking ourselves, do you think like people in a mental asylum actually see us on the outside like as being the mad people? And we had a laugh, and it was like one of the best times in my life, because actually I was saying this because I was in a mental no I was at the mad. I had gone to see a friend who was in a mental asylum.
I know you were not in a mental.
You know, our audience might think I'm a mad person.
I've just started imagining you being in a mental.
Facility. It's wild, man. But yeah, you see, like I was in the mental facility to see a friend, and I was really asking myself, like, what these people like they're living their own world. Everything is just evolving around them. And it's like, what if they look at us on the outside and think like, these brothers are the ones who are mad?
The funny thing is that they were not fighting amongst themselves.
Exactly, there's no chaos.
They look like the weed smokers. Or
Ayana
chain
Rasta.
smokers.
Exactly, there's no
Like-
chaos.
Like the first thing,
Chain.
the chain thing.
Yeah.
And then you there and you're like, look at that fucking person, doesn't understand himself.
Yeah. It's I think it's a crazy thing, but okay, we were almost calling people retards. Anyway, as you were saying, I think my point was this trying to equalize kids by taking them to an institution, putting them in uniform, showing them that their ideas are basic. They can't think outside of the confines that you as the teacher have set. I think it's a very dark concept, because kids, actually not kids, I'll call a kid probably from a kid to a youth, one of the most basic functions that they have to do in their life is to express themselves. Whether it's, and even if we go back in the day, we will see, even when we had the age sets and the age groups, even in the warrior category, you still found like the artists still in some age group who like they knew like this guy, he's the nigga, man. If we are going for sherehe, or these niggas, like we had sherehe even back in the day, man.
All the time.
Plus that there was like, it was all the time, there was food, like we had everything, man. There was drinks. So you saw even athletic people, like people who are like, this nigga could make a dash, or like he's athletic, his body's like looking good and everything.
I think those ones were used for like when you are catching something like a deer or something.
Yeah.
Like it's Usain Bolt.
Yeah, against the world.
Against that whatever that.
Like he tackles the deer.
antelope.
Yeah.
I'm like, Usain.
Ndio hiyo bro, ndio hiyo. Funguka.
Anafunguka na ipata.
So like you see, like people even back in the day we were allowed to express ourselves. Everybody knew his role, but still you were allowed to express yourself. Even as a child, you were allowed still to express yourself. You could make a decision on what is it called? If you're a boy, knew you had to take the cattle out to take care of the cattle for like the whole day. But definitely, I don't think like they were just chilling at Yuko outside. They had some structure where like they for themselves now personally, not at it. It was now a community thing. If maybe he felt like he was like good in music, or he can come up with something. When he was doing the cattle thingy, maybe he was coming up with lyrics, as we'd call them nowadays.
There were songs.
Exactly,
They were
and the
written by
people, yeah, they're not coming from above
Yeah.
to below.
And they were good songs actually.
Exactly. So you see, even us as a pre-colonial people, we were able to let kids and the youth express themselves. I think there's that part of the initiation where do I call it properly? Like the people who are going to be initiated would tease the newly married women. You remember that part?
Yeah.
Exactly. And you see, that's a form of expression.
Yeah.
And you see, it was allowed. Even there were still confines, but it was allowed for you to express yourself, because it was said you can only do it at that particular time.
Yeah.
You can't do it past the initiation set or everything. And one of the things I came to see about education, and some of the things where you do when you're growing up, if you miss out on a step huku chini fam, you're going to do it when you're like an adult, and it's going to be like psychotic.
I saw a guy, like, you know the way we used to do tire.
Yeah.
And then I
Mufara.
I saw an old man in Kirinyaga Road, like it's correct to like take a tire from
You are dark, man.
one point
Yeah.
to the other.
Mm.
But now the enjoyment is
Mm.
where I was drawing the line.
Mm.
The guy is like running.
He's like a small kid now. He's
But
enjoying
we
himself.
were like, oh, we did this
We did this, man.
when we were young.
Exactly. Maybe he missed
No,
the
he
step.
didn't. Maybe he
Exactly.
didn't.
Maybe he
Probably
missed
did.
the step. And now you see now he has to do it. Now we are looking at him like, fam, what is wrong with this man? But it's because he missed the step, my friend. If you miss a step, you're gonna have to do it one
Did
time.
you know that when I was growing up as
Yeah.
a kid,
Mm.
we were making cars. We were
Yes.
not buying cars.
Yeah, yeah.
We were making cars. Once you see a car,
Yeah,
you want to replicate
absolutely.
that car. You want to have that. So you
Absolutely.
take a wooden thing and then take those round
Wheels,
things
yeah.
and then take like a piece of wood, drill it and all that, and then sit on it
Yeah.
and go to the stroke. I know it's not perfect,
Yeah, but from
but boys are gonna be boys, man.
high octane, my friend. The adrenaline was mad.
Yeah.
And we
then
do it.
it was awesome.
Even there are times even we didn't now need even the wheels. You just go
Yeah.
on a slope, pour water, then you just have something like what is it called? It's like a big jerry can.
Yeah.
Then you make sure it's flat.
Yeah.
Then you're inside. Farm tunapatana huko chini.
Exactly.
It was one of the best
Have you seen
times.
that in these what you call amusement parks?
Yes.
That is what is happening. Like there is like a tube where you sit on and then
You go exactly.
chuck
Land
your-
in water.
You land in water.
Yeah.
And those are adults doing what we were doing as kids.
As kids, man, it's
I don't find it funny myself because I already have gone through that.
yeah. And like, it was not mostly about it being fun, as it especially for boys the adrenaline was like mad.
And then the swimming part where you're gonna go to the river and jump into
Ah.
it. You don't know how to swim.
You don't know, man.
No, that creativity is
Is
what
being-
has died.
Exactly. And it's being the system is trying to make sure the kids are not doing these things.
So you get a
You
kid,
demonize this
you get a
act.
kid, you buy them toys.
Yeah.
They are not gonna
Make
learn how to make anything.
exactly.
And then you give them books that are written
Yeah.
to program them into something
Mm.
that will never think for themselves.
Exactly.
Because
They'll
you chuck them out of high school and they are useless. Again, we repeat it. They are useless.
absolutely.
And then after that, what do you find them doing now? Because they don't know anything. They have no skill at all.
Yeah.
They end up in the fucking phone, scrolling on applications
Exactly.
that teach them nothing.
Exactly. There's no value it's adding.
Teach them nothing.
Exactly. The app won't make the person at wake up from where he is and go and start doing furniture.
They teach them nothing.
Zero or metal work. So
There
it's
should be an app, by the way, teaching people how to do furniture. But
exactly.
nobody is supposed to be taught how to have like horns. Like there are those cameras up there, and when you look at yourself,
Yeah.
you become a fucking cat.
Yeah, or a horse. I was
Or a
like,
horse, and
fam.
then you start talking on it, and then you're like, this is so funny, and you are not original. You are useless.
Yeah, useless. Man. There's no originality in that. You're putting words or using words that were said to you come and mimic them, and then now we have to see them as funny. How is it funny?
And it's actually an agenda that is driven to us by the West,
Yeah,
so that we remain stupid.
Exactly.
And they continue being
creating
rich,
exactly.
and they continue creating.
Exactly.
Are
And-
we stupid? No. we're
No,
not.
no, we are not.
Do you know that in the whole world, talent is distributed equally?
Absolutely.
So if there are golfers
Mm.
who are playing golf, you find like even Tiger Woods being number one, it means some dude from Europe and around from India will still be number two, number three.
Yeah, we had Rory McIlroy, and it makes a lot
Tennis,
of
you
sense.
have Djokovic,
Yeah, you have the Williams
you have the
sisters.
Williams, you have, I mean, talents are everywhere.
Absolutely.
But now our talents have been captured so that you don't discover who
Mm.
you are,
Mm.
and then you remain behind. Now, have you ever seen someone looking for a job? How desperate those people
Oh,
are.
it's bad, man. It's bad.
You know
Especially
how
the
even-
youth,
I don't know. They can eat shit, literally.
literally. And it's actually a sad thing, cause I think also when we were growing up, I remember one time, I think I have to put it on. Let me put it as it is. I think when I was growing up when I was a kid, I was a goalkeeper, so I think I went to, there was Mais, I think, back then, and we had, I think, Sharks, the Kariobangi South Sharks had a smaller team long time back, and we saw, and like I went and I didn't even make the team because like they had good goalkeepers and everything. But good thing is, like, for me, I always believed in myself that regardless of whatever that is put before me, you can always come up with something. So I was asking myself, what if maybe, I remember back in 2002 we had one of the baddest ever cricket teams in Kenya. Okay, Kenya was like a bad ass cricket team. I remember Kenya making it to the semi-finals of the World Cup, and fast forward, I don't know how many years it's
Did
almost
they beat
more.
like Pakistan?
Fam, they beat them. I think the semi-final were New Zealand. I'm not sure. I'll check it out. But India definitely was in the mix. India, either the West Indies, if I'm not wrong, and New Zealand. Actually, I think Kenya played against the West Indies. So we were among the top 4 nations of the world, 2002 or 2003. And as we speak now, the Nairobi Gymkhana is just bare. We have, I don't see kids going out there. The Kenyan team right now is even Afghanistan is beating us, man. It's so sad that a country like Afghanistan that just came out the other day is coming out and beating us properly. They are even making the World Cup. We are not even making it.
Can we use the right word, like say Taliban is beating us?
Absolutely, man.
Because now you wouldn't feel bad, like I've been done by Taliban.
Yeah, it makes more sense. It makes more sense. But I think for me it's what if we had a lot of parents also letting kids be, letting them, exposing them. Maybe we could have, maybe some kiddos will be playing tennis or will be playing some other things. So I think for me, and one of the things also you'll find when you do go to some of these schools, some of the teachers are against kids being creative. They're not supporting some of the arts. They're not supporting the acting thing, the dramas and the music festival teams. They're not supporting the sports teams because apparently education is the key. So if you're not reading, quote unquote, this school is it's a out and out reading. It's an out and out educating kind of system thing. It's not. We don't want to bring people who like can do sports, can do acting, can do the music.
What are you reading? Be honest. What if you say, if you're not reading, what are you reading? You know, the question should be, if you tell me to do something,
Yeah.
tell me why. That should be the first thing.
Yeah.
Tell me, like, do this, you'll get that.
Yeah. The results.
There has to be a result.
And
But now there is a mirage. Everybody is chasing after, like we have always said. We don't know where the job is coming from. We don't even care. The job is slavery in itself.
Absolutely.
So
And
like
it doesn't allow you to create. Remember, when you
Yeah.
are inside the job, you will never create.
so you're dumb.
For the rest of the quest for dumbness is continuing. Remember, it started when you entered probably preparatory school. Now when you have a job, the quest for being more dumb is actually continuing.
And then you start paying mortgage.
Yeah,
Then you leave the loan to your children.
exactly. Or you die in between, you
And
not
that
even finished
The
it.
company should giving you mortgages is owned by some second generation of colonizers
Yeah.
somewhere in Britain or France. And then you are paying them every day. All you do is pay them. Or maybe some of the people who own those companies are the collaborators of
Absolutely.
British
Absolutely.
or the whites generally. And then you there like, and then you want to buy a Japanese car and drive it and buy oil from Saudi Arabia, make them richer and richer, so that they can one day look at you and say, "That's a monkey." The Arab is looking at you and say, "That's a fucking monkey. Doesn't understand anything."
Yeah, I don't understand the concept of.
But now you are making them richer.
Exactly.
Every fucking day. Every day you wake up, you are making somebody else richer, because you cannot even set your kids free to innovate, even to make something like a bicycle.
Yeah.
They can even do a wooden bicycle. That would be a good start.
Absolutely. They will have at least created something.
And then you have these laws that don't create.
Very draconian.
Don't create. Your creation is not valid.
Yeah.
There are some standards that you have to meet. There are some machines that you have to have. There are some. Now, if you look at that whole chain, it's like the whole system is destined to make you a person who is a zombie, a walking dead
zombie. Yeah. It's a zombification, my friend.
So at the end of the day, we have to choose leaders who are quote unquote educated.
Yeah. But that doesn't happen.
No, we have them as educated.
Yeah.
But how educated are they? The same system.
Exactly.
So that person who has a PhD does not understand what creativity is.
Exactly.
You know who creates? The people who drop out of school. Yeah.
The facts. Some of the facts are there. If you check out some, as I've said, like Elon is a dropout. Jay-Z is a dropout, my friend.
Yes,
so
Tupac.
Exactly. So some of the most creative minds, and you see someone like Jay-Z has transitioned from the creativity in music to also creativity in business. So you can't just say that, no, this person is just talking about people who are in art, or no, fam. The same art. Jay-Z has showed us that you can actually even transition it to business. He has Tidal, he has Rock Nation, actually, which is a sports entity. So I think with what I came to see is like we will like hakuna kitu yenye haijatengenezwa.
Yeah.
So like kuko na space ya kutengeneza kila like whatever you're thinking in your head, do it. If Jay-Z made Tidal and there was Spotify and these other things, who are you to say it's already been made? Make a version that you like actually works for you. The thing is it working for you? Then now we will see about
But the problem you have is when you start try to start making something.
The draconian laws are.
Yes, and the people who are supposed to be called African leaders.
Yeah.
Leaders.
Bring you down.
The African leaders, the African system, they are there to make sure that you don't do what you're supposed to do. Again, I think what is supposed to happen is you keep doing it anyway.
But do you think all some of these leaders, it's a point of we have reached a point like, are we glorifying them too much?
I think when you give somebody a responsibility, like you see when they copy paste education system from the British curriculum and they bring it to you.
Yeah.
And then there is the whole instrument of power, like the police, the judiciary, and all these things that is not our thing.
Yeah.
Something
Systems.
it's imposed on us that you should have some judiciary there, some lawyers, and if you steal a chicken, you are going to rot in jail.
Yeah, and
steal billions. I'm gonna be celebrating and with hoes in the Caribbean.
It's wild. And then you notice how, like, for the thief that has stolen chicken, his process is faster.
Yeah.
You have to go, man. You have to go. But for the billionaire for the guy who stole the billions, we have to have an elongated. I remember the guy who went to jail the other day for corruption was like, I think that case had stayed on like for 5 years.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was seeing something, I think, online, and someone had posted, I think it was a lawyer or something, had posted some cases that were on the judge's list or something, and one of them was dated either 1967 or 1947. That's when it began. 1967, I think that was the date. 1967. Up to now, they're still going on with the case. So we really are asking ourselves, if us as Africans, we came out, we had our own laws, we had a moral code, we had ways to solve some of the things that we were going through. Why then has a case taken 50 years? Is it 50 or 60 years? And hasn't been solved. Hasn't been solved at all. And then now we have to glorify also the judiciary. They're doing an excellent job at
protecting
exactly
the people who have committed the violence.
Atrocities, man. I remember also, what did I say? What we used to learn in school was, the 3 arms of government. The judiciary is enforcing the laws or something like that.
That's what I'm talking about. Like it's in itself.
Yeah.
It's being programmed to believe that there is no other way apart from that way that has been installed.
Yeah.
So when you are asked about the 3 arms of the government, you will say, "Oh, I know there is the parliament, the judiciary, and the legislature." What the fuck is those now? I don't even remember. But I remember. You see how photographic it is in my head. After all those years, I still remember the judiciary.
Yeah.
Then now we have all these other
systems put in place.
Crap.
Yeah.
Put in your head. Then you got the police, the what. And now you have to separate the police from an African. The police is no longer an African.
No, yeah, apparently
they act like a white man.
Absolutely. And remember, it started in the colonial days.
Yes, they are white.
Exactly.
The police are white. They are not. Like
they're above the law. The so-called law.
In our days, in our way of life, there was no like a policeman to come and arrest you.
No.
There was a society to know that you have done wrong
exactly.
to a society.
Exactly. To a community.
And you could accept because you see it is out there.
Yeah, you know the code.
You know the code.
Exactly.
And you felt that responsibility
of fucking up, exactly.
And you owned it.
Absolutely.
And then when you hit somebody and then you're told, give us 100 goats. You don't even have to be told. You already know.
It's gonna go down, man.
Right now, people just do shit, man. All you need is just to know some people here and there.
Yeah. And you're in.
And you're in.
So I think it's a very sad situation. In fact, for me, I think we can hit. I think one thing that actually made more sense back in the days of like how people used to learn the skill. It was really a basic concept of apprenticeship. Of if the family, if your dad was a blacksmith, what the hell is a blacksmith anyway? A blacksmith or an ironsmith. One of the sons
was a white.
Maybe. You never know. Might never know.
What of a blacksmith? Like somebody who does iron shit.
Exactly.
It looks
or if he's white and he's called a blacksmith? Anyway.
like his white is a fucking
White smith.
white smith.
What if he's like Indian? Like
He's just a smith only.
just a smith from Baghdad. Not Baghdad. What is Bang? What is the name of that city?
I'm from Mumbai.
I'm Punjabi Smith now. Only that. So I think apprenticeship was one of the basic ways to like acquire skill back in the day, and you're acquiring skill from a person that knows. We are against the system of the nowadays thingy, because remember, the person who's teaching you is shitting on you that they know everything, but they don't.
And they don't actually believe in whatever they are teaching you. I've
Exactly.
never seen like like a teacher
Yeah.
on in a bus.
Yeah.
Like the bus fare from point A to point B is 100 shillings.
Yeah.
And then to point C is still 100. You know the way it applies like that.
Yeah.
Point C is still 100.
Yeah.
You never had like a fucking teacher being to the bus conductor. Now, if X
Exactly.
is equals to 70 shillings,
Yes.
this is supposed to be 102.3 shillings.
Exactly. According to distance, which is equals to speed times time. How have we not had
The
those
reality
conversations?
guy will be like, wewe anaenda fare
Acha ufala, kama nipatie ushuki hapa mbele wewe, acha mambo yenye unanipatia hapa. So it's kind of a very sad situation when you're looking at it from that point, where they know but they really don't know. Whereas like for Africans, you like, if you're a blacksmith, my friend, you're a fucking blacksmith, and your son is going to get this because like he sees you're a fucking blacksmith.
And you make arrows.
Exactly.
Kill the Maasai.
Yeah, and the knives for and the knives for not knives, those the digging thingies.
The hose.
Wow. Is that like a double intent?